When it comes to video games, many laws of real life have been added over the years, such as gravity and physics. But when it comes to the earlier days of gaming, particularly the 80s, video games were just starting to become more real. And one of the ideas added in video games is what we call elements. And that idea was a huge success in many video games such as the first Super Mario Bros. And Final Fantasy. Through this success, many Fire users have gained popularity over the years. I mean, who doesn't love characters who burn their opponents to smithereens? But all lecturing aside, I think I'll honour one of the pioneering ideas in gaming by counting down my top 5 Fire users in gaming. I'm Xlissian, and welcome to my countdown. One of the main heroes in the 90s JRPG masterpiece, Chrono Trigger, Luca is a prodigy of an inventor, and is never afraid to lend a flame in combat. So she's what a JRPG would call a black mage. As most of her abilities are offensive, and she has low physical attack. So she goes for the geeky kind of look, which clashes well as she is an inventor. She's one of my favourites to use, and it's just another reason Chrono Trigger was such a masterpiece. Yes, it can be known as predictable to put Mario on this list, but being one of the main pioneers of fire using in video games, he definitely deserved a spot here. The reason I would call him a fire user is because in the first Super Mario Bros., the Fire Flower was Mario's only power-up, if you don't count the mushroom and the star. And it was what made the first Super Mario Bros. A little bit easier. I would count Luigi on this list, but Luigi isn't player 1. Sorry, Luigi. One of the newer fire users on this list, Yukiko Amagi, is another mage type user, but she can also use healing spells, so thank God for that. In Persona 4, she joins your investigation team very early in the game. Without her, I reckon some of the earlier bosses would have been a whole lot tougher. Her persona shows off her beauty and strive to be independent. Probably the canon crush of the main character in the game, she's a true hero and is always calm when the going gets tough. Well, except for when she's being weird. They say big things come in small packages. No, internet, that's not what she said. Annie the Dark Child is an example of the fact size doesn't matter. Especially if you have a teddy bear who can transform into a 10-foot fire beast. She's a powerful mage in League of Legends and can carry the team given the right items and teammates. Her abilities vary from shields to flaming projectiles being hurled at your opponents. Annie is one of the easier to use champions in League of Legends and has earned her spot at number 2. You know, fire users can be dark. I mean, they've been given a very dark power known as fire. But overall, I wouldn't consider any fire user to have the personality I would expect of a fire user. Well, that was what I thought until I met the Pyro from Team Fortress 2. The Pyro is one of the main controversies in Team Fortress, as so much is not known about him, or her. Well, all controversy aside, the Pyro is known for being a crazy psychopath, and that's what made him so darn likable. I mean, his design and purpose is so simple, yet so effective. He's one of my favourite Team Fortress characters, and my favourite fire user in gaming. This has been Xlissian, and thank you for watching. Luigi, you suck by the way.